Howdy Earthlings, I'm here trying out Dolly's Factory. It's a game that people have said is very similar to Dandy's World, but apparently it gets a lot of things right that Dandy's World doesn't. So I'm going to be here trying it out, and this is just my first impressions, and also, you know, it's I've tricked you into watching a Let's Play, essentially. But it's also going to be me talking about the game itself and first impressions. So at the beginning here, we got a choice between Cinnabon or Buddy as two characters that we can start with. And Cinnabon is interesting because she starts with an ability that I think is more useful than her counterpart for Dandy's World, which would be Poppy. Poppy has a thing where she gets hit and she moves faster for a short time. Cinnabon instead has a thing where you can activate her ability and she dashes forward a bit. And this is my first time playing this, and y'all said that you wish you got my first impressions from Dandy's World, so I'm gonna make sure that this one's available for y'all to actually see, so you can see what I thought of it originally come in the future should things change. Alright, Buddy's got Golden Rush. Unleash a burst of energy, instantly complete 30% of any machine. This pup doesn't play around when it's go time. Honestly, that's a much better ability than the starting ability for Boxton, because Boxton gets a 36% increase to extraction speed should there be a full lobby. But if you're playing Boxton, chances are you're not going to have a full lobby for very long. And also 36% increase is not that much when, you know, Boxton doesn't start with that much. So let's go ahead and continue. We also get a tutorial here. I don't remember there being much of a tutorial in Dandy's World, and it doesn't seem like this is much of a tutorial either, but it feels very informative. Welcome to Dolly's Factory. As a plushie worker, your goal is to complete machines, avoid the rejects, and survive as long as you can. Complete the machine. Every zone has machines that need to be powered up. Completing all machines starts up the train, so you can proceed to the next zone. Okay, so it's still the machine thing. It looks like it's still got skill checks, but the skill checks look a lot more like the skill checks you see in Dead by Daylight. Well, they're aesthetically very similar to Dandy's World too. Dandy's World is aesthetically very similar in terms of the skill check thing. Either way, you're still doing a similar style skill check. I think this one looks much more like similar to that of Dead by Daylight skill check thing. It's still very dressed up and cutesy, but Dandy's World is more functional than it is aesthetic, which I do like that it's more functional, but you know, we'll see how that translates into the gameplay, because eventually you get used to the cosmetics of things and that doesn't really matter. Skill checks. All machines require skill checks. Press the right key at the right moment to succeed. Failing alerts nearby rejects. Avoid the rejects. Stay out of sight, hide behind structures, and use your abilities to escape danger. Use items. Collect helpful items for healing, shields, or instant machine fixes to survive longer. You can get them either randomly in the zones or from Dex Tech. Work with other plushies, team up with friends to complete zones faster and protect each other. Dolly Bucks, DB, is a currency of Dolly's Factory. Every time you complete a zone, you get DB. Depending on how many machines are on each zone, you get more DB the higher you go. 1 DB per machine in a zone. You can use DB at Dolly's shop in the lobby to buy new plushies, charms, emotes, and certain skins. Rejects are corrupt plushies, broken, twisted versions of toys that were never meant to exist. No one knows exactly how it started, only that something deep within the factory changed. One by one, plushies began disappearing and returning unrecognizable. Now these rejects wander the dark halls with only one goal: to spread their corruption and turn others into one of them. They weren't born this way, they were made. The lore seems similar here to like the lore of Twisted, where the toons started disappearing and coming back twisted. So what I would like to see is I would like to see monsters that aren't characters in these kinds of games. I would like to see monsters that aren't the characters that you play, because it makes it more easy for new players to spot them and learn that, oh, that is someone to avoid because that looks unlike the rest of my entire team. The Twisted kind of work because they're kind of, you know, sad, depressed, and, you know, they look like they're in their emo phase. I don't know how that translates to this though, because I've only seen the one reject. Stuffing samples. SS are collectible items that spawn during gameplay. They serve as a progression system tied to individual reject enemies. Okay, so it's like research, allowing players to unlock lore, charms, and unlock new plushie characters. They spawn randomly in every zone. Okay, they're like the capsules. The type of SS that appears depends on which rejects are present in that zone. Spawn mechanics, stuffing samples, 1% research progress for specific reject. Yeah, so far, it's furry Dandy's World. Alright, so let's take a look at the shop here. Furry. Oh wait, yeah, technically furry because that's a furry jellyfish. Furry. And that looks like Sackboy or something. So the designs here, they're not as cute as the designs in Dandy's World, but they are still cute designs. I like Fleecia. Buddy's alright. Jinx, I think Jinx needs some work. I think the hair in particular looks kind of bad. Coda looks cute, Queenie's cute, Rocky's cute, can't really see them. I think some work needs to be done on Triton. Maybe they need to look up some furry art of what some furry sharks look like. And Zoro looks too, and I think it's mostly due to the hair. I think their hair work needs some work, just in terms of aesthetics. 500 Dolly bucks. We don't have any Dolly bucks at all right now. Charms are our trinkets. We don't have any money for trinkets right now. How much does a character take up? 2,500. 2,500. Oh, Felicia is this game Shrimpo, it looks like. That sucks because I really like shrimps and Shrimpo is bad. And then I really like sheep and Felicia is bad. So there is no game currently that has a species of character that I really like that is good. The stat system is very expansive. There's a lot more pips on the bar here. You can make more room for incremental improvements, which means each character could be a lot more varied than the last. When each stat only has 5 stars, you only have so many combinations, but since this can have up to 10, we have a lot more variety in character differences here by just having half a pip, you know, having 1 pip more than the others, even though I'm sure 2 pips translates into 1 pip just fine. So let's see. If there's mains in here, or something like mains, I don't see how you identify them from the others. This one looks like they may be something like a main because they got 2 abilities, so do we just go by which ones have 2 abilities? Those are the special ones? And I like that the ones with the 2 abilities, like the health varies between the characters. It's not 2 health for the mains, 3 health for the non-mains. The health varies between the characters too, so it's more about playing the character you like, less about which ones are mains and which ones are not. So that's something that they do better than Dandy's World. Dandy's World has this whole, difference between main and not main. Oh, that is such a cute skin. Felicia's cute in general too. Queenie's cute too. They should have given her a crown. This bunny's also cute too. The outfits are very, very cute. We didn't take a good look at the outfits. Let's go take another look. Oh yeah, the outfits are very heavily detailed. These are some very nice looking outfits. I think, yeah, I greatly prefer these outfits. These look like something you might actually see other people wear in Roblox. Although, you know, with that Roblox level of quality. Let's go and do our first run. We're going to do a solo run first so I can see what the game is like. This person has, oh, they have player tags and stuff like that. That's cool. Doesn't show me all the plushies. And there might be holiday themed ones that they have that aren't available all the time. So it looks overall like there's less plushies that are available too. 12 playable characters. Okay, so not a ton of options yet. So if you want to get all the characters in a game, this is a good one to start on because you can, you know, get all the characters before they release the next one and you'll be ready for when the next one comes out. So let's see, 5, 10, 12. Yep, that is all of them. Okay, not a ton of characters. This also means the game is very early on, which means we have a meta that's developing that probably hasn't been set in stone yet. Let's also see how this works with controller because I'm someone who plays with a controller a lot. Not all Roblox games work well with controller. Okay, we can't climb up there. We got a leaderboard. That's nice. You can really see who's no-lifing this game. Okay. Is that the Pokemon font under the leaderboard there? That looks kind of like the Pokemon font. I like the aesthetic of Dolly, but it's weird that all the characters are furries except for Dolly. Maybe you could replace her ear buns, her hair buns or whatever. Her ear buns. Replace her hair buns with like mouse ears and then just make her a mouse. All the pastel colors is very nice. It's very cutesy. It's aesthetically very different from Dandy's World while still trying for the same goal of cutesy offsetting the dark spooky themes. I didn't see a matchmaking button. Did I miss that or something? Either way, I said I was going to do the first run solo. Takes a little while to get in, and this is the game that's taking a while to get in, not me. I'm on Ethernet. I have fiber internet, so 1 gigabit upload download. It just takes a very long time to get in. Okay, and this is a solo. Very long loading time. I like that the art moves around when you move the cursor. That's a nice little attention to detail. That's cool. Gives you something to do while you're waiting for the horribly long load times. I'm going to assume that there's something wrong. Something is happening that's not supposed to happen. I'm going to restart the game. I don't think it's supposed to take that long. Okay, let's try that again. We can click the play button. That just throws us right in. There's no matchmaking option. Wow, so you really have to do pre-made lobbies. Without any matchmaking, that's gonna take a while. Especially with a smaller player base like this. This has 1/4 of the players of Dandy's World as of the time that I'm playing it. So to not have matchmaking is really, really slow. I'm hearing a sound, so I know it's not frozen. Well, it's been 5 minutes. I don't think it's loading. I'm gonna do a cut right here, and if I get into a game or get it to start, I will continue the video from here. Alright, I was able to get into a game. It looks like the issue is that I didn't click join the event. I guess I have to click join on the event to be able to play the game, which is weird. So it shows me where a machine is immediately. I have no idea how I get up there though. Do I move faster when I do this or something? I don't know. I don't see I don't see much of a difference. Maybe I move at sprint speed. I think I messed myself up on that one if this thing decides to turn around. Ah, I've been inked immediately. Oh, she feels very fast. I like that you got pallet dropping like it's Dead by Daylight. That's a good feature. Now she's wandering back around. She looks very creepy. Okay, so I'm supposed to get up here. Oh, that's a trap that she leaves behind. Okay, so to get to it, I gotta get over across these. Oh, can you drop the items? Already huge. Already a big improvement over Dandy's World with just that. The anime girl art is crazy. Okay. I need a skill check, so that's fine. The skill checks are slow enough right now, and it looks like it's pretty generous on the perfect box. It is a little hard to judge where it's hitting at. The map design has a little more thought in it. Oh, that's a fake med kit left by Jinx or whatever. Is that the cat's name? Did I learn the cat's name already? The next mission is to figure out how to use the item. RT. Okay. Looks like it takes a decently long time to fill up the machine with this character, and you get a big noticeable chunk right off the bat. With the machines in Dandy's World, you might not notice that the amount is going up sometimes until you start using those trinkets that increase how much you get on a skill check success. So this makes it very apparent and easy to see by having that progress bar. All right, I like that health is an HP bar rather than just 3 health, so it's less static than like 3 hits. And you get a lot of health, it looks like. Dexter shop, we can get train upgrades. Contribute fluff. Do we have fluff? Yeah, we have some fluff. Oh, stuffing samples, okay. Oh, did I get them refunded because I didn't meet the amount needed? I guess so. Oh, this place is dark. Where is the one I'm looking out for? What are these? Oh, that's a pile. Okay, so I want to grab this. Very slow to grab. Big stuffing progress, though, on that. I do like that there's pallets that we can drop. That makes it more possible for everyone to avoid them, rather than just people who have high stealth and are good at cutting corners. Having the pallets there, it does make it more like DVD, but having the pallets there does also make it more so every character is more capable of losing rejects. Okay, well, we have a machine here. Let's interact with this machine. It takes a little while for those first skill checks to pop up, and then when they pop up, they just kind of don't stop. Look, there's way less machines on the lower floors. Do they maybe scale with the amount of players that are in the lobby? I don't like that there's so few item slots, but we are able to drop items for other players, and I think that's a big improvement. Feels more cooperative. Because like if someone needs a band-aid or if someone grabs the band-aid, you don't have to worry about the band-aid being consumed. They could just bring it over to the person who needs it and gives it to them. There's a progress bar. Oop, she hit me. With the train highlighted fully like that, it makes it a little harder to see the things happening around me. The shop could go on for a little longer too. I'd appreciate that. Earn 50% more Dolly bucks from all sources. Absolutely. Oh, I don't have enough stuffing samples. Oh, that sucks. So far, every train upgrade has costed more than I can afford. Sell tool. Oh, I guess I could sell items to Dexter for more fluff. So it sounds like there's a different objective. Oh, he heard me, and he found me immediately. Oh. Oh, they're like omnipotent. Did I deliver right? I have no idea. Okay, so he hears me pick up parts like Bobette. Oh, I'm out of stamina. Okay, they're actually very hard to avoid. He's very sticky. Yeah, I got smacked around quite a bit. Oh, jeez. He jump scares like crazy. So the one that can hear me pick up stuff is very good at hearing me pick up stuff. I imagine that's a lot easier with a group, though. I don't have time to grab those. They're gonna smack me around. 150. Yeah, it's hard to make the money that I need to buy that stuff, I guess. It feels like I have to collect every single item, and it looks like the cost of those upgrades gets more expensive each round. I like that there's a change in the objectives. That's actually a really big improvement. That's something that I said Dandy's World absolutely needs, is it needs more different kinds of objectives. It gets very boring doing machines over and over again, and having fewer machines means runs are faster with more progress, and I like that. And I like that the game told me exactly what the rejected was going to do for that run, so I had no excuse to not know what it was going to do. Looks like right trigger also activates my sprint, so I have to be careful. Oh, two people can work on the machine at the same time, I'm assuming. So that's also really cool. There should be some machines in Dandy's World that require co-op work. It is a co-op game after all. Oh. Okay, well I dodged that. I did not dodge that one though. I like that not, see, when you do a system that isn't hearts, it's really good because you can take more than just 3 hits generic. You have different values of different things. Rejects move 2% slower in zones. Sure. I just want to get an upgrade I can actually afford. Oh, and it shows up at the top left as if it was like a relic in a roguelike. Oh, we got cutscenes too. Oh, boss fight introduction, Borderlands style. 4 machines on this floor, that's not a lot, but that's still kind of a challenge alone when there's a boss fight running around. Okay, and then we got these little hideaway things that only I can go under, but Big Coda can probably bust them down. So they do more with the enemies too, so that's also cool. But it gives me like a little tunnel that I can sneak around in like a little rat. Research appears to be a lot faster because there's more research things on the floor. The stage design is better in here too. There's lots more hiding places. There's lots more things to stop and hide behind. There's the pallets. There's also more verticality. We get to go up on some places. There's a lot more exploration involved in the stages. So I think, yes, the stage design is also a lot better than Dandy's World. All right. And since we have places that are more vertical than others, we can look down and see other places. So I can go, oh, that's where the other stuff is. Oh, why is he so mad? Oh, is he going through and one at a time breaking everything because I finished some of the machines? Yeah, he's one at a time breaking every single wall. Lots of little places where I can get stuck at. He's very anky. You butt. Bro, just let me have it. The AI cannot decide what it wants to do. In Dandy's World, the AI does little checks and little twitches back and forth, but this one seems like they do it a lot more frequently. Bro, come on. He's also nearsighted as heck. Feels like the AI are easier to avoid. Blueprint, plushie T, security blanket. I like that we can upgrade the train and get passive upgrades for everybody. That's awesome. That's a good use of fluff when you inevitably get to the point where you don't have any items and you're only saving up for band-aids and medkits. Let's see just how much seals. Is that the sheep? Is that Felicia? Like a little cockroach. Gross. Oh, she gets bigger over time. That's interesting. Lots more hiding places. Okay, we gotta hurry up. I can hear her getting bigger. So there's armor too to help you resist hits. That's cool. I haven't had to use my ability too much yet. Nothing is really fast enough that I have to worry about it. I guess I could use it to escape faster. Very cool. Lots of moving parts. I love it. I like that you can see through your character too, so that your character's not blocking your vision. And I love that there's these machines that are just like so out of the way that the rejects can't even see you. I'm trying to mess with them. I wonder how that's dealt with like later stages. Her run doesn't last very long. It should last longer, or maybe make it so that she can't interact with machines while using it, and then make it so she has to transition in and out of those, so it takes time. You know, I said I was gonna stop anyway after that floor. Just finish me. Come on, you punch like a stuffed animal. Put some back into it. Having 50 health seems a bit excessive. I bet the runs for this game are very long, because that means you can take 10 hits from a normal one. Oh, there's also the classic pay for revive. Oh no, she got munched on. 151 Dolly bucks for that short of a run. That seems decent. Alright, I'll be back if I can get a lobby with other players. Alright, I wasn't able to get a game going in multiplayer. It might have just been too early in the morning. This was recorded at 6 a.m. It's really a shame too, because I hate playing these kinds of games solo, and I was very much not ready to stop playing. I guess I'll just have to save this for streams when I can guarantee full lobbies, but I think I've played enough to give my thoughts on it. If you were wanting to avoid Dolly's Factory because of how similar it is to Dandy's World, I think that's a very surface level, shallow take. If you play for more than 5 minutes, you'll find that it's a lot more deeper than Dandy's World is. Both are good good games, but they're for different kinds of players. Dolly does a lot different than Dandy's World, and it feels like someone who's played Dandy's World and thought, I can do better. The stat system runs on 10 points rather than 5. This might not seem like a big deal, but this means each pip is more incremental in value than a star in Dandy's World. This also means you can have a much wider variety of roster without overlap in ability. As of right now, there is no main tune kind of system that I can tell. Every character is valid in their own way, and a player who is really good doesn't have to trade off having lower health to have a better character. There's just some characters who have less health than others, and some characters who have more, because health is treated as a stat as its own, not as whether you have 3 hearts for regular, 2 hearts for tunes. There's more options in general. Machines being co-op is a significant improvement, allowing for faster completion and enabling co-op gameplay. The game is very good about actually being a co-op game. Machines can be co-op, you can drop and share items, and pallets make distractors an entirely unnecessary role. People can actually focus on playing and working together. More verticality in stage design means finding machines faster, as well as providing safer places to extract for lower skilled players, while the others focus on the harder ones. Lots of hiding places and cubby holes where only plushies can pass also alleviates the need for distractors. Significantly larger pools means rejects have a wider variety of damage options, so a ranged character isn't doing the same damage as a melee reject. The store in stages is also significantly improved. You can buy items like you would in Dandy's World, but if they're not offering the thing that you care about more, then you can contribute to the train upgrade. It's a passive shared with the team, and it has way more options than the card system in Dandy's World. If you're running short on cash, you can sell your items, and that means if you're full on items, you don't have to use them or waste them to make space. You just get a little bit of money back. I do wish the timer was longer in the shop. Maybe make it 60 seconds and offer a skip button. If half the lobby were to click the skip, it'd shorten the time to the normal shorter time. If everyone skips, it ends the shop immediately. I think people would just like that option in general. The designs are cuter, and, well, they are furries, and the costume designs go above and beyond. They're very good and very fancy looking. They're things that I actually want. Some of the characters could use some design updates, like the shark, Jinx, and the fox. The latter two have pretty terrible haircuts. There's also not much of a style to the game. There's a lot of pastel everywhere, but there's a lack of a specific art style to me. And there are some art pieces that clash. There's like very anime style versions of Dolly, as well as just like, you know, cuter drawn stuff. Maybe it's just Dandy's World theming is so strong that it makes Dolly seem weaker, but that's what I think, is that it's just there isn't much of a cohesive art style from one character to the next, besides that they're all animals. There are some issues though, like I was stuck on the loading screens unless I joined through the event, so it took me a solid like 30 minutes to find out that I had to click the join the event button for me to be able to matchmake. You might not have that issue. And also, there isn't an actual matchmaking option. You have to pre-make lobbies by talking to other players, which is more difficult nowadays, or you just have to run into a train and hope someone joins you. I also don't like that the sheep character is also the worst character. It's this game Shrimpo, which is really sad because I'm half shrimp and I'm half sheep, and the character that I want to play in both games is also the worst character in both games. That feels great. That's awesome. I love being a sheep. Still though, I think overall Dolly's Factory is the better game for the majority of people. Everything you dislike about Dandy's World is not an issue in Dolly's Factory, but Dandy's World is much more challenging, and there are people who will like that a lot more. I get why people don't want to jump ship for the better game. You have a lot of time invested in Dandy's World. You have a bunch of characters, skins, and other stuff, and your friends probably don't want to play something different either. But I do think you should at least give it one serious try. Play it for a couple hours with randoms. Maybe join me during one of my streams when I'm streaming it. Just make sure you subscribe and keep the bell on, and you'll know when I'm streaming. I do it here on YouTube, so you don't have to go looking for a Twitch or anything. And then when you're done with that, look up sunk cost fallacy. Anyway, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. I'll have to play it and stream this a bit to provide a more serious review later. I just wanted to provide my first time thoughts on it because people were a little bit disappointed that I didn't do that with Dandy's World. Before I go, let's thank the supporters on Patreon and members on YouTube who help me make these videos. Special thanks to Gezro, Am, Nebazee, Aspirin Artist, Paper, Faye Penguin, Momentary Unicorn, Aurora the Puppy Moth, Nat, Marius Yini, Worm Syrup, Rask, Beeve, Colorado Blue, Vaderson, Linky, Addy14, The Ace with No Trace, Splackjack, Rask again, Willie Pete, TG Dante, Linky again, and Malding Brick. I'll see you all later. I have to go find a game that doesn't disrespect shrimp and sheep so greatly. Bye.